Hello, and welcome to the September book haul. That's right, I decided to do another one of these. I think I'm going to try and do at least one a month if I can, just to kind of keep you guys updated on what books that I have been acquiring and what ones you may or may not have to suggest to me to read because they're already on my list. So I've got a few this time, so let's get right into it. I've got them down here. First off, I've got this one, Zero World by Jason M. Ho, Hugh Haw. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Hough. Zero World. It looks interesting. It's like a sci-fi book. Apparently, Felicia Day really liked it because she's on the cover saying, "This is sci-fi writing at its best. I couldn't put the book down." So yes, what is it about? Well, this one here is about a technologically enhanced super spy dispatched on a top secret mission assignment, unlike any he's ever faced. A spaceship goes missing for years, has been found with its crew members murdered except for one, who fled through what appears to be a tear in the fabric of space. But pursuing the fugitive through this mysterious portal leads Peter into a confounding reality, a world nearly identical to Earth, but far more dangerous. Cut off from all support, etc., etc. So yeah, it looked really interesting. It's got very much a almost John Woo-esque. You get the guy there on the cover. He's all pew 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 with ray guns and stuff. So yeah, it kind of looked interesting to me. And I was looking for a fourth book when I went to pick this one up. And yeah, so this one looks interesting. I don't know when I'm going to read it, but it's on my shelves. It's on my list, and I'll get through it eventually. What else did I pick up? Well, I've also got the latest Jennifer Estep Elemental Assassins book, Unraveled. Um, I've got like three, three or four more of these on the shelf that I haven't read through yet because I've been reading other things. One of these days, I'm going to, or one of these months, I should say, I'm going to be binging on some more Gin Blanco because I need to finish through and get caught up. These books are a delightful, easy read for me. Um, they're very much urban fantasy, very much modern day-ish with magic and monsters and stuff like that. And the writing is very smooth and sleek. I like it. It it just draws me in, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. And it's just a good, enjoyable read. I quite like uh, I quite like Gin Blanco and her fun. She's quite the interesting, snarky character. I do enjoy her. So I'll be checking this one out. I also got this one, Deadeye: The Mutant Files by William C. Dietz. It's the first one in a new series called The Mutant Files, and it's very much a we have a Detective Cassandra Lee, Los Angeles' special investigative section, uh, basically taking down notorious criminals. She's hunting a serial killer that murdered her father, but she's not allowed to be involved on the case because she's too personal connected to it. And then there's all kinds of mutants and a Church of Human Purity, mutant lawman Deputy Ross Omo, and so on and so forth. It looked interesting and has a rather badass looking lady cop on the cover, and I'm all for badass lady cops. I definitely like reading those types of characters, so it looked interesting to me. So I picked it up to check it out. It's on my list. What else do we have? Well, we have this one here, The Black Cat Knocks on Wood by Kay Finch, the second in the Bad Luck Cat mystery series. I've read the first one and covered it already, Black Cat Crossing, um, on my show here. You should be reading, and I really enjoyed it. And this is I've been looking for the sequel ever since the first one, ever since I finished the first one. I've been waiting and waiting for it to come out. So when I saw this on the shelves over there, I had to pick it up immediately. I always do like myself a good mystery, and this one is quite good, and the main characters are quite enjoyable in it. Let's see what else we got. Yes, Patrick Rothfuss, The Wise Man's Fear, the second book with Kvothe, who I've covered The Name of the Wind already, and look at the size of it. That thing is thick and massive. Big meaty. Om nom nom. I do love me some fantasy. I'm going to hold off on this one until the third one maybe gets released or after I've read a few more of my books. But this one is definitely on my list of things to read because I enjoyed the first one so much. So much. So yeah, I'm definitely looking to check this. Mr. Rothfuss, if you can hear me, you're doing well. So keep it up. What else do we got? Oh, this one looked interesting. This is a Tad Williams book, A Happy Hour in Hell. It's about an angel who is going to hell to rescue his demon girlfriend. And that alone in the premise made me go, okay. Between the cover and the premise alone, just that bit, I'm like, yeah, I can I can get on this. And it's Tad Williams. I've read some of his other work. I've enjoyed everything that I've read of his. So this slim little volume, since the other ones that I've read are like big thick books, four of them all together like that, uh, this slim little volume is quite good. I'm going to be enjoying the heck out of this one, I think. Good Tad Williams. He's a good author. I like him. What else did I get? Well, oh, I got The City of Death by Douglas Adams and James Goss. Now, I've covered Shada, which was um, a Douglas Adams Doctor Who story that was never filmed, and I believe this is one of the other Douglas Adams books that was never filmed because it's all about the Doctor taking Romana. That mosquito's still bothering me. Taking Romana for a holiday in Paris, and ends up finding that the Mona Lisa is a fake because as you can see here on the back, this is a fake. So yeah, it's extremely strange. Um, this one may actually have been filmed. It actually says if you like the episode, you'll love the book. So this one may have been filmed. I haven't seen it, but I decided I was going to pick up the book anyways because I enjoyed reading the Doctor Who that I have read. The City of Death. Definitely going to be checking this one out later. What else did I get? Oh, I got Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Now, I've covered A Darker Shade of Magic. I will be reading A Gathering of Shadows and the third one whenever it comes out. But this is one of her other ones. I wanted to check out some of her other work. And this one, Vicious, is all about Victor and Eli, two brilliant but arrogant college students who recognize the same sharpness and ambition in each other. And they did a research interested in adrenaline, near-death experience, and seeming supernatural events that under the right conditions someone could develop extraordinary abilities, kind of like superheroes. And then something happens, and 10 years later, Victor breaks out of prison, determined to catch up to his old friend, now foe, aided by a young girl whose reserved nature obscures a stunning ability. And meanwhile, Eli is on a mission to eradicate every other superpowered person he can find. Interesting. And you see this guy here standing here. He's got bloody hand holding a wine glass, looking out over a city that's very much, very red and dark and interesting. Um, the entire, I mean, it's V.E. Schwab. I liked, uh, what is it, A Darker Shade of Magic. Loved the book. So her writing style is quite good to me. And something about superheroes and stuff like that, I was game for it. So I snapped this one up. I'm looking forward to checking this out sometime in the future. Don't know when, but sometime. And lastly, but not leastly, I got two more books. The two Night Vale episode collection books. Mostly Void, Partially Stars, and The Great Glowing Coils of the Universe. These are basically the scripts made into story form of each of the first so many episodes. I'm not sure exactly how many. I will double check. 40, 49, 50, we'll say, because I think there's a couple of live shows also being covered in here. So about 50 episodes. So the first 50 episodes in complete, glorious text version for me to read and devour. And as a fan of Night Vale, I'm quite looking forward to rereading or reading these for the first time and re-experiencing Night Vale. So those are my book haul for this month. I spent probably more money than I should, but isn't that always the way? Uh, so I'm going to kind of hold off on buying more books for the rest of this month, and we'll see about when what I'll do next month. So thank you all for watching. If you like what I'm doing here, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. And throw a comment in the comment section. Uh, if you've read any of these books, please don't spoil them for me. Um, but if you see any of these books here that I've covered that you've read and you're like, hey, he might like to read this other book that's very similar to that, drop a comment in the comments section, or just tell me about what your book hauls are. What have you done this month in terms of books? What have you gathered for your to read pile, which is probably the size of a small mountain, if it's anything like mine. Uh, so do all that, and until next time, my friends, you all take care, and I'll see you around.